My name's Paul Church from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. How's everyone doing today? I shall do my usual little bit of waffling just until the VT gets started and until I start seeing a few people pop into the room. So, yeah, Tuesday again and another episode. We're on part number 9 of the Easy Gridwork this week. So there we go. I can see people tuning in, so I shall just wait for the messages to pop up. Stuart is in the room with you today. That should be my all clear. There we go. The sound is good. Thank you, Stuart. So I've put the wrong type of jumper on today, so the microphone is a bit closer than what I'd like it. So hopefully it's not too loud. I have turned it down a little bit so that when I get excited, it doesn't blow your ears off. Here we go. Everyone's coming in this morning. We've got Karen, we've got Susan, Sharon, Lorraine, Sally, Patricia. There's the lovely Josie Davidson. Welcome. Yeah, Tuesday again. It's sometimes it comes around quicker than others. Sometimes it seems like it's a long time since we last got together. But as I've always said, today or Tuesday at 10 o'clock, it's just time to chill, get in the groove and enjoy the process. So there we go. Lots of people coming in now. We've got Mary, we've got Mr. Ken, Nahid, Christine. Good morning, everybody. Catherine. There we go. Lovely Jane. Welcome. Thank you for joining me once again. And yeah, it's lovely to have your company as always. It'd be lovely. I wonder what it'd be like. It'd probably be a bit mad, wouldn't it? I suppose with technology nowadays, I can have many people in the room with me, so to speak. It's just sadly, I can't hear your voices, or maybe not sadly. And I suppose with the process that we go through, we have the correct equipment with the cameras that we can really enjoy it. So it doesn't matter whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're still in bed, maybe you're on the bus or out and about in a cafe somewhere. Because I know we've often had people, passengers in cars tuning in, people having breakfast at a cafe. So Glynis is in the room as well. Oh, there's Glynis. There we go. So Sheila's in bed feeling rough with a cold. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sheila. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, there's definitely lots and lots of bugs going around at the moment. I think it's a change of weather. I mean, Saturday, it was fresh. And then Sunday, it really dropped. We had hailstones. I think there's a little bit of a dusting of snow in Crowborough. So yeah, freaky weather. It's a lot milder today compared to yesterday. But so should we have our usual weather report whilst everyone's pulling up a chair? I see we've got raining with Josie. Ken is overcast and breezy. No auroras, unfortunately. So there's Glynis as well. Sorry, I was just reading the comment. I get carried away. I forget that I'm meant to be talking to you at the same time. So what other weather forecasts have we got today? It's dull and dismal with Glynis. Lovely and sunny in Wales. Really, Patricia. Now, if I was speaking to Linda Williams, whenever I've done these with Linda Williams or spoken to her, it's always raining. So overcast in Crawley, snowing in New York. Welcome, Janet. Lovely. Grace is in New York. Oh, I wonder whether she's got snow as well. Sunshine in the lakes, mixed weather in Stockport with Jane, grey and cold in Leicester. So it's a real mixture, isn't it? Sunny Cornwall, sunny, bright but cool in Estepona in Spain. So there we go. You don't need to go anywhere for your Tuesday weather reports. We bring that to you live on Groovi Tuesday. And it's great to have people from all over the world. From New York, we've got Spain. We normally have a few people from Australia as well. So technology is great, isn't it? So I hope you've all been well, apart from Sheila, who's feeling a bit poorly. So yeah, Tuesday again. What did we get up? What have we been doing in between last Tuesday and this Tuesday? Where's my notes from last week? What did I get up to? Oh yeah, I was on TV on Friday. Seems like such a long time ago, with those lovely bijou two-way stamps from Barbara. Really, really lovely. The tiny little stamps, the circles, the triangles, the squares, and the rounds. And they came with those lovely little embedders as well. So what episode? Episode 85. We are indeed, Bonnie. So yes, episode 85. I think we'll have to do something special for the 100th episode. Got a few weeks to think about that. Well, 15 weeks to think about that. So plenty of time. So should we have a bit of a recap whilst everyone's coming in, and just have a look at what we've been covering over the past. This is week 9, using Josie's fantastic ribbon duet plate, and we've been working on the Sending Love Your Way. And yeah, making gridwork, lacework more achievable is the whole idea behind these duet plates that Josie's designed. And who's tuning in for the first time? Anybody tuning in for the first time? I'm sure we've got some newbies in the room. Yeah, I'm sure there are. We had a couple of newbies last week, or really new people that have came back for more. So Jana is new. Excellent, Jana. Well done. So you're watching us via our YouTube page. If you want to see more of the conversation, then you can join us on our Clarity Facebook page if you use Facebook. Chris Horton is new as well. Excellent. Lots of newbies. And Caroline Cinderson. Wow. Lots of newbies there. Now I've really got to behave myself, haven't I? So Bonnie says, I have you on my TV now rather than my iPad. I know, isn't technology great? If you've got one of those smart TVs, you can transfer it, can't you? I mean, I tend to watch YouTube on the TV if I want to watch something for a long period of time. But I'm guessing if you've got like Apple TV, then you can transfer what's on the iPad to the TV as well. So technology is brilliant. Good morning from Belgium. See, there we go. All over the world. Haven't been able to join you for a few weeks, but I'm pleased to be able to join you today. Welcome back, Sarah. So it is great, isn't it, Susan, to have so many newbies. And yeah, it just shows that the power of Groovi and parchment craft, really. So we've been having a look at, I sort of digressed there slightly, sorry. I saw these me popping up. So Grace and Gracework. Oh dear, I need to put my teeth in this morning. Oh, start again. Think before you speak, Paul. Okay. Right. Lacework and gridwork. I suppose we could call it gracework. That could be a new word, couldn't it? This is gracework. So Josie makes creating beautiful pieces of frames, whether it borders or corners, with ease using her duet plates. And the top half has been embossed in the traditional method with a Groovi plate, and then the bottom half has been precision drilled. So each of these little marks are holes that go all the way through. And when we look at designs on a plate that are in a horseshoe shape, what that means is that it's been based on a diagonal grid. And if I just grab my folder, so if I bring it really, okay, if I bring in my folder, so I've got all mine in my, oops, sorry. Here we go. And then you'll notice we have some grids that have just a right angle, and they're based on a straight grid because it's the same design on both sides. Whereas with a diagonal, because of the makeup of a diagonal grid, you can't really get that design to look right down that side. So what Josie does is she gives us a design across the top and bottom, so to speak, and down the sides. And I thought, as an introduction to Gridwork, lacework, or gracework, as it shall now be known, this was an easy one to get started with. So what we did was we embossed we did all the embossing first, and then we flipped it around. Let's pop this on top so we can see. So we did all of our embossing first on the top half, then we turned the plate round, repositioned it, and did the embossing on the bottom half. And what's great about these plates is that if you're not at the pico cutting stage yet, where you want to sort of cut around all the outside, like, let me grab the one, Sending Love Your Way. Here we go. I've got a display board here that Josie's created. So if you're not at your pico cutting stage yet, where you want to get this lovely frame, then what we did was we introduced on the plates these double lines. So it means that you can add these in either at the time of doing the embossing or afterwards. That was a question that came up last week. And so you can just use a guillotine or a paper trimmer or a craft knife and a ruler just to trim it down so that you get a beautiful frame. Okay. Once we've done all our embossing, we then turn our parchment over because the embossing is done from the back. And then we use the other part of the plate to introduce the perforating. And the way in which it's been designed means that you can't really perforate in the wrong place. You just need to make sure that when you're lining up the emboss pattern, then it's perfect all the way around. Okay. And then we did all of our perforating, and then over the last couple of weeks, we've been doing our pico cutting. Now, for each of the plates, regardless of the designs, whether they're straight or diagonal, you get a finished image from Josie, so you can see what it looks like. And the reason these ones are called ribbon duets is because the way in which Josie designed them was so that you could thread satin ribbon or organza ribbon or strips of paper through the design. However, you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay. Good morning, Maggie. Look, everybody's coming into the party today. Lovely to have everybody's company. And then over the past couple of, and then on the reverse, Josie sort of holds your hand in the written form, and she guides you through the various steps as well. And then she gives us our cutting guide. So you can see the pattern is different down the sides. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue with our pico cutting. And I know some people have just been doing I've got a little bit in there, an introduction to pico cutting. So I'm going to bring the camera in really close, and I'll try and answer any questions that pop up. But I know we've got Josie in the room, we've got Jane in the room, we've got Glynis in the room, who are experts at Pico cutting, and if I miss any questions, then I'm sure they'll jump in and help you out. Okay. Right, okay, so what we're going to need, so we're going to need our piece of artwork we've been working on. We're also going to need our weapons of choice. So we have 3 different pairs of scissors to choose from. We have the ring lock, the perga cutters, and the exclusive. Okay, and if you're one of our Crafty Club members, I think you'll find that these are in the half price member sale as well. So even if you haven't got to that stage yet of your being on the Groovi bus and doing the Pico cutting, today maybe it's the last day of the member sale. It finishes at midnight tonight, but it may be a perfect opportunity to invest in a pair of scissors of your choosing. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to go with the ring lock. So I'm going to pop those to one side. So we've got the ring lock, we've got the pattern, and very importantly for me, my glasses. Okay. And I'm also working on the 12 by 12 black super foam. If I was working at home, I'd be using the white super foam with my light panel illuminated underneath. Okay. Should we have a look at the light panel? Let's just so you can sort of see the difference when it comes to working with it. So if I grab my 12 by 12, we do the super foam in black and white, and we do it in 12 by 12 and in A4 and also in A5. Okay, so let me just switch on the light panel. So we do the large A panel. We do the large panel, and we also do the smaller one as well. And it has, 3 different levels of brightness. That's the highest, off, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I pop that on my table and I put my super foam on, and then I put my artwork, you can instantly see the difference of where you've been. Okay, now if I bring in my black, you can still see it there as well. So it just depends on the light that you have in your room. Often if I'm doing Pico cutting or working with Groovi, I'm doing it with in the living room with a tray on my lap and the table lamp on. I don't really want the big room light on because it's a bit too bright, but the table lamp isn't bright enough. So for me, the light wave panel really makes a difference because it just concentrates the area on which I'm working. So just to give you various different options. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light panel off now, and I'm going to stick I'm going to stick with the black super foam. Okay, so Lorraine is having problems with signing in. What are you trying to sign into, Lorraine? What can we help you with? See, the lovely Pat Hoskins is in the room as well. Good morning, Pat. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. So that's what we're going to need for this morning's session. And I reckon we can get the rest of this Pico cut today, he says. Famous last words. Okay. Are we all good to go? Who's finished? Has anybody finished their frame? That's a good idea. Maggie says her head torch helps to see the holes in the grid. That's a really good idea. I know many of our partners when we come to our retreats. All of a sudden, when it comes to sort of concentrating work, you turn around and it's like you've got a room full of miners. They've all got these head torches. I suppose it does, doesn't it? It concentrates the area. It concentrates the area in which you're working as well. So yeah, and some of them, and then they have like these special glasses that have flip down magnifying glasses as well. I know Linda Williams, she uses a magnifying light when she's working. But yeah. Right, so I'm just going to put my varifocals on. Are they clean? Got something on there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I think we're ready to get pico cutting. Right, let's zoom into the area in which we're going to work. So we have, let's have a look where we've got. So we completed this area along here. And then last week we started on here, but there's a little bit more still to finish off on this side, which is these little, let me zoom in so you can see. Ooh. Okay. Oh, static, ouch. Right, I need to zoom in. I'm going to come in slowly, slowly, it says. Okay, I'm going to try and come in as closely as possible without it going out of focus. Let me just bring my hand in to make sure. There we go, it doesn't. Oh, yes, okay. Okay, Lorraine's having problems signing in to get the sound. Okay, Lorraine, if you want to, you can give Janine a call in the office. The telephone number is 01732 868 215. Let me write that down for you. And she can assist you with that. Oh, there we go. Stuart's just popped the telephone number up. Thank you, Stuart. There we go. Yeah, the sign-in, as Jane says, if you're using your phone or a tablet, you have to go to the menu, scroll all the way down, and let me see if I can show you. Hang on. Let me see. So if I go to the Clarity website. Okay, so let me bring my phone in. I may need to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so nobody send me any naughty texts while we're doing it. Does that? Ooh, how did that went to the camera? Hang on. No. Bear with. Sorry. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit now. Okay. So if you're using your phone or your tablet, this is what you will see. Okay. And if you click on the members cell, it says not available to non-club members, sorry. However, if you are a club member, then you can click here to sign in. Okay. And so that's one way of signing into your account. I go back to the home page, whoops, like so. The other way to sign into your account is if you go to menu and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you have an option there that says sign in. Okay, and so that's another way of doing that. But if you're on a computer, then the sign in area will be just above the cart. Okay, but if you're still struggling, give Janine a call. She's very good on the phones, helping out, especially if you want to place an order. No, Janine's very good with all things Clarity. So, okay, zoom in. Okay, there we go. Hope that solved your problem, Lorraine. There we go. The lovely Tina Cox, she just sent me a text message. At least she didn't call. So let me just text her back. Just doing groovy Tuesday. Okay, she'll be mortified now. I was doing Groovy Tuesday once before, and the phone started ringing, and and obviously I couldn't answer. So she's obviously forgotten it's Tuesday. She's just sending a reply now. I wonder whether it'll be repeatable. I'm sure it will from Tina. Okay, so whoops-a-daisy, says Tina. So I shall give her a call afterwards. Okay, so she's great, Tina. She really is. So much fun. Okay, so the area in which we're going to concentrate on now are these like set of little diamonds, the perforations, which if I bring in the design here, are these areas along here. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm using the ring lock. I'm going to come in from underneath, and I'm using them in the spoon position. Okay. I'm going to bring my work forward a little bit because I'm using the 12 by 12 super foam. And what that does, it gives me space for me to rest my wrist whilst I'm picot cutting. Okay. And we're going to start here, and then we're just going to snip. Now, over the past few weeks when we've been doing the picot cutting, depending on the area in which you're doing your picot cutting, depends on whether you twist, whether you snip away from you, whether you snip towards you. It's entirely up to you. But these areas here just have 2 perforations. So it's fairly quick to do. And what you'll notice is that I'm doing all of the top ones in the same direction first. Okay, because then I get a nice flow using my hand. So if I bring my hand over now, okay. Now, if when you're snipping, you go in too far with the points of the scissors, you may find that you get some resistance. And that's because the tips of the scissors are being caught in the super foam. Okay. So we're just going to work our way along until we come to the end part of this design, like so. Still in shot, just okay. There we go. And then I'm going to jump down while the parchment's still in that same position and cut in that direction. Okay. So in a way, my hand is nice and steady. And you'll notice now that what I'm actually doing, I'm in that rhythm now, and I'm just twisting slightly. Okay. Just like so. And these little areas here are great for sort of as a warm-up exercise to get your hand in. So we're going to continue. Let's move it all over now. There we go. What was I? There we go. And many of us do our picot cutting different ways, whether we do it on the flat, or I think we had this conversation last week, didn't we? Some people prefer to do it in their hand. Some people prefer to do it on the flat. And the base of the scissor, or the length of the scissors, is actually over the area that's going to fall away. So what we're going to do now, let's just make it nice and easy. If I turn it around this way, Okay, and then we're going to, so my hand is still in that same position, and I'm now doing the top row. And we just gently work our way along. So my voice is slowed down now. And that's not because I'm concentrating, it's because I'm relaxed and chilled. Oops, off the page. Hang on, sorry about that. See, I got carried away there. So we're just going to gently continue. Maybe you want to do the perforations on a scrap piece of parchment, just as a warm-up exercise. It's entirely up to you. Now we're going to do this bottom row, like so. And it really doesn't take that long. And you can decide, I mean, Josie has given us the instructions on where to do the picot cutting, but you may decide that you just like these little star flowers, and that's all you want to do. There's no rules to say that you have to do all of it, is there? Of course not. You do whatever you'd like. It's all about the choices when it comes to Groovi. Went a little bit too far there. There we go. I'm just going to steadily work our way along. Okay, so we've done both the top and the bottom of that section. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it, let me get my hand comfortable. So I reckon we're going to go this way. And now we're going to, oops, sorry. We're now going to go from the top and work our way down. Nice and easy. Remembering to breathe. Don't hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. Don't hold your breath or stick your tongue out. Well, you can stick your tongue out if you want. If you're in the room on your own, like I am, and nobody's going to see, are they? So yes, as I was saying, if you are one of our lovely craft club members, then today is the last day of the member sale. Thank you for everybody that's made a purchase, or 2 or 3 or 4, or in some cases 5. Not saying any names, but some of you are in the room. And the team are busy picking and packing, and if it's not on the shelves, then as you know, we always make it. So some orders can take a little bit longer than others. So you may find that maybe you and your friend ordered at the same time, and your friend gets hers first. And then it's a couple of days later before you get yours. And it's all to do with what's already on the shelf, ready to be picked. And some of the more popular items, obviously, because we make them, have to be made, then they have to be cleaned, then they have to be packed, then they have to be put on the shelf, and then they have to be picked. And there's been some fairly hefty orders coming in. But, whoops, sorry, turned that too fast. So I'm now turning that round. And if you're not one of our craft club members, then you can still sign up today. You're signing up for a 12-month period, and you can take advantage of the club member straight away. So you have the options. We do a stamp club, Groovi club, a stencil club, and you can join 1 or 2. I'm sure Stuart could pop the links up for all the club information, but again, you can always give Janine a call and she can talk you through the process. You can pay for the 12 months all in one go, or you can spread the cost and pay on a monthly basis. Okay, so that is that. Let's lift that up. Okay, so that's that side done. Just see that, there we go. And then we'll bring that in and complete that. So when you become a club member, each month, depending on what club or clubs you belong to, you'll receive a product, whether it be stamp, stencil or Groovi, exclusive to the new design club, together with a double-sided project sheet, concertina. It will give you 10 or 15% off of all purchases for the upcoming year. You get a folder at the beginning to keep all your 12 installments in. And you get a newsletter from Barb. And then twice a year, we have a half-price member sale, which we kicked off on Monday the 20th, just gone. And as I say, today is the last day for that, for you to take advantage of it. Okay, so we've now done that, and I've noticed we've got these little bits in the middle, so let's go in and just do these ones. Didn't see those in the first part. It's because I wasn't looking at the instructions from Josie. There we go. So I'm going to keep my hand there. Let's do this area now. Working our way along. Just like so. Is the camera angle okay for everybody? I haven't really been reading the comments. Sorry, I've been involved getting carried away with my Pico. Do I need to come in? I think I'm in close enough. So, but if you need me to adjust anything, just shout, and I'm sure it's fine. This one here. And then I think I've got 2 more to do. Let's bring it around this way. And you'll notice that this hand here has barely moved. Okay, and I'm actually moving my work, not only because of the camera position, but also my hand's comfortable. Okay, so let's have a look. I think we have everything now. So let me just remove that. So we've now revealed all of those areas. Now the next part on this design, if I bring in instructions from Josie, just move that down a little bit now, like so. So we've done the top and the bottom and the bits in the middle. We've done the little stars. So now we can do the areas where the ribbon would be thread through if we want to. So I'm going to bring my mat back into play, and we're just going to do exactly the same. We're going to work our way along. Okay, these scissors are always at the angle to my hand, and we're going to work our way along like so. Feels as if I'm sort of repeating myself again and again. I know I am, because I'm repeating the Pico cutting. again and again. And you can see how it starts to take shape. Oh, in too far. Okay, so we've done the top row of that section. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to go across the top, just like so. And I say some people go away from themselves, some people come towards them. It's entirely what you feel comfortable with. I don't know whether I have a preference, or it definitely feels more comfortable going top to bottom than it did going bottom to top. Maybe it's just a head game. I don't know. It felt a little bit strange going from the bottom to the top. Weird, isn't it? Okay, question for you then. Who goes top to bottom? Who starts off the furthest point away and comes toward them? Or who starts nearer to them and works away? So near or far? Come on, let's have a little game. See what the consensus is. Whether you start nearest to your body, or whether you start furthest away from your body. See, this feels weird. It's not. It's just my head. So Catherine goes near. Jean, Sue go top to bottom. See, we all do it differently, but we all get the same result, which is that lovely picot effect. Okay, Jane's going to be different. Jane says right to left and snip. So she perforates right. So she perforates from the right to the left, and then she snips from the left to the right. So picot cutting is near then. Yeah, near. Josie's near as well. I had to get that one in my head there, Jane. Doesn't take much to confuse me. But I suppose it's the same, is it? Because I'm holding it at an angle. So if I hold it like this, my hand isn't very comfortable. Whereas holding it at the angle, so I'm going right to left. Yeah. Or far to near. It's funny, isn't it? How we read things differently. So Joe says, I work however best feels best comfortable for the pattern I'm doing. Perhaps I'm still fortunate, I'm still learning, and so my hands haven't developed a habitual style yet, and I can still keep trying different ways. Of course you can. At the end of the day, you do what feels comfortable to you for the result that you get. There used to be rules to say that you had to do it a particular way, you had to hold the scissors a particular way. I never read that rule book. I just watched other experts doing it, and then I adapted to what works for me. And today I may be going from far to near, and tomorrow I may decide to go from near to far. I don't say, right, I've got to do it this way, I've got to do it that way. It's weird. You may see me on TV and I'll say, oh yeah, I go from near to far. But I don't know. Strange, isn't it? Very peculiar. So now we're going to go and do the ends. And I'm repeating that process as before. But to get here, that little, I'm going to come in a little bit. Oops, sorry, that was too close. You don't see my shiny head. I was trying to get the mic in. That snip. So do it again. Hang on, let me find another one. Oh, big nose. Snip. See? That is a satisfying sound. And as Maggie says, that's correct. We don't have any parchment police at all. Now we're going to go across and do this section here. So Jane says she tries holding the scissors the position I'm holding them, and she finds that uncomfortable. I think it's right. I think if your hand is uncomfortable whilst you're doing something, whether it be drawing, colouring, not just parchment craft, but whatever craft you're into, like knitting, for example, you've got to go with what sits comfortably in your hand. Because if it doesn't feel right, then you're not going to want to do it, are you? So what Glynis is saying, when I'm snipping a slot like this, she tends to snip the long sides first and then the ends. Yeah. I'm just going round in circles. Oh, no, I missed that one there. Let's go back and just get that one. Where's that one attached? There we go. I mean, maybe Josie suggested that in the instructions, but I don't know. We all do what works for us to get the overall effect. And when you give your piece of artwork to somebody, they're not going to go in and say, oh, look, that little pico's a little bit flat or it's a little bit dodge. Well, I hope they wouldn't. Anyway, I wouldn't if somebody gave me a piece of artwork. Although saying that, sorry, Josie. Often Josie, a lot of the ladies on the design team, Josie, Jane, Glynis, help with the prep for the Groovi shows. And if we've got grid work like this, sometimes I'll find one little bit that's missing. It's funny, isn't it? How your eye is drawn. But whilst you're doing it, like I didn't notice that little one up there was missing until I got to it. So I suppose it's funny, isn't it? When you're so intense working on a piece, and if you do it all in one go, you can miss little bits. I've done it myself. And it's not until you come back to it, you think, oh yeah, look, I missed that bit. How we do that? That can't be the time. No, no. Oh no. Oh, I want to carry on. I mean, I'm in the Pico groove now. Okay, so what else have I got to tell you this week? So, last day of the member sale. If you want to pop in and check it out, make sure you sign into your account first. Josie says I've missed a couple more. Okay, Josie. Yeah, look, there we go. There, I've missed it. And I can see that now. But not because I'm looking at the parchment, it's because I'm looking at the great big screen that's magnified in front of me. Sorry, I got distracted then. Where am I? Here. So yes, so it's the last day of the member sale. Every Sunday we have our step-by-step tutorial over on the Clarity Matters blog from the fantastic design team. Over the weekend I was inundated with projects from Josie, from Tina, from Jane, Maggie Byford, Francis Knott, Tina Morris, Sonia Goodliff. So it'll be a real sort of combination of not only Groovi, but stamping, stenciling, masking. Sorry, I'm getting a bit excited now. I'm just trying to remember everything. Yeah, it took me about an hour yesterday to download all the step-by-steps. The ladies do a fantastic job. It is so appreciated. There's a full library. I'm sure Stuart could pop the link up to the Clarity Matters. Oh, I missed those as well. Hang on, missed that side completely. Obviously got carried away, didn't I? So let's turn this round. Hang about, he says. Right, definitely need to finish this one. Really got carried away there. Okay, now this one. If it's still hanging in, just go back over. There we go. Don't try and pull it because you might rip it. So we've got the Clarity Matters blog, and then on Saturdays, Grace does the Saturday share. And then obviously Barb's blogging every day with a quote of the day and little stories of what's going on with Barb. Lovely. I love that. Hang on, let's turn it around this way. Let's get rid of all these little bits and pieces. So we've got Barb's blog, we've got the Clarity Matters blog, we have Groovy Tuesday. Whoops, sorry, I'm going to zoom out now. Hang on a moment, we can get the full effect of this. Which way I need to go? That way. As well as being Groovy Tuesday, it is also Design of the Week Tuesday. Every Tuesday we pick, I say we pick a design, and to celebrate all things 30 years of Clarity this year, we often discount the product for a week by 30% plus club discount. But since we're in the middle or coming to the end of our half price member sale, last week we extended the 30% up to 50% for everybody. And this week we're doing the same as well. Even though the club member sale ends today, we're still going to do 50% on this week's Design of the Week. And it is, oh yeah, it's one of my favorites as well as one of Barb's. So you'll have to check out the website, and Barb will blog that later today as well. What else we got? And then finally, so I'm just letting you sort of take that in so you can see how far we've got. And I reckon next week we'll definitely go faster and we'll finish off that completely. he says, famous last words. And then finally, I'm covering for Barb again on TV on Sunday. So I'll be on Create and Craft from 3 till 5 with some brand new designs from the lovely Jazz. That's all I'm going to say. So you'll have to tune in and find out what I get up to. And yes, lovely Jazz in the office. Fantastic designer. Fresh, funky, modern, but elegant. Really nice designs. If you're a groover, you may already be familiar with them. That's all I'm saying. So I think that's all I've got to just this chair. I need to get a piece of wood on the floor so it moves more easily. So yeah, so that's what's coming up the week ahead. So you've got Barb's blog every day, barbaragrayblog.com. I'm sure Stuart could pop a link up to that one. Then we have the Clarity Matters blog on Saturday and Sunday. We also have TV on Sunday, 3 till 5. Design of the week kicks off today with a new design. Then on Wednesdays, we also have a wigig. Once it's gone, it's gone. And on Fridays, we have a 24-hour half price highlight as well. So yeah, so it's always busy here at Clarity Towers, keeping us out of trouble. So next week, we're going to carry on with this. I reckon week 9, I reckon week 10, we'll have this finished, he says. What was I going to say? It's gone. It's not on my list. I've got brain fog now. See, because I'm so chilled. I know I've got to call Tina after I finished. She'll be killing herself with laughter that she did it again. I will send her all your love because I'm sure I saw some messages of love there for Tina as well. And thank you for Stuart for all your help today. And as always, the lovely ladies from the design team. I only saw Glynis. I nearly said Janice. Who's Janice? Glynis, Josie, and Jane. And I'm not sure whether Carol Baker was in the room or not. If she was, I apologise because I missed your name. So, and I hope we sorted out people maybe had any issues with logging into the website. It's sometimes you just need to see, don't you? Especially if you're using a gadget like a phone or a tablet, because it is a different layout to looking at it on the computer. But if you ever have any problems or any questions, you've got Clarity and Groovi Worldwide on Facebook. And obviously you can call the office. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Where the lovely Janine, or if you're lucky, you may get Pete answering the phone as well. I was answering the phones last week as well, spoke to a few lovely customers. It was funny, I spoke to one customer last week. She was ringing up she had some questions, and she said, I wonder, caption, I'm just watching Paul in the back on TV, and he's using this and he's using that. So I went, oh, right, okay. I said, and what's he doing with it? So she was, he's doing this and he's doing that. She said, so what do I need? So I said, right, okay, you need this, you need that. And then I think the penny dropped, and I could just imagine her sort of looking at the TV, looking at the phone, as if to say, hang on a minute. So yeah, so that was quite fun. So it's lovely to speak to some of you last week as well. Thank you very much for your orders. I will be back with you again next Tuesday. So thank you once again for your company, and I will see you all either on Sunday 3 till 5 or on Tuesday. So take it easy, stay warm, whatever the weather's like where you are. Just stay warm, stay dry, stay home, safe, happy, and creative. Stay home and craft. Best way forward. So I shall see you next week. Thank you again. I'm waffling now. I don't know why I'm waffling. It feels like an Oscars award or a ceremony, but I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and put the kettle on and have a catch up with Tina. All right. See you all next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.